Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6.
Taking a live look over Riverfront Park Pavilion there, you can see it's a little bit of a mix. There's some blue skies, a little bit of gray, but overall kind of a dip in temperature from what we saw early on in the week. Good evening, I'm Jordan Smith. It's great to have you with us here tonight, and it's a big weekend this weekend. Father's Day's tomorrow and Juneteenth, that holiday on Monday. We're just days away from the official start of summer. A lot going on, so we'll send things over to meteorologist Matt Gray. Matt, what can you tell us ahead of this big week here?
Oh, man, a lot going on this weekend is an understatement. We got some more stories about that later in the program. Plus, we had car shows in Coeur d'Alene. We've had the Bigfoot Festival in Medellin Falls. Why didn't you mention that one, Jordan?
About that.
There we go. And there's a festival out of the gorge, so there is a lot going on. We've had a pretty nice Saturday, really comfortable temperatures. Starting to see the clouds, though, begin to work their way over Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That's because our winds are picking up out of the head of the next weather system that is going to drop temperatures even further. And so in probably just the next couple of hours, we're going to wave goodbye to temperatures in the 70s, most of us at least, for a good long while. We'll fall into the 60s. We'll continue with those cloudy conditions, but overall, well, pretty nice start to your Saturday evening. And then here you go. We got 4 days of well below average temperatures. Usually we're in the low to mid 70s at this point in June. Instead, we're going to be in the middle 60s. And then by the time we get into Tuesday, the low 60s. So it's not going to be until after that first day of summer on a Wednesday that we start to see things warm back up again to where it'll kind of feel like June again. It's either been one thing or the other. It's been really warm or it's been really chilly. We're going to cool another 8 to 10 degrees. We'll also have a chance for some showers, not so much tonight, but as we get into tomorrow, things are going to start to be a little bit more sprinkly. So we'll show you when and where we could see those so you can make your Father's Day plans. Coming up.
F-35 fighter jets soar across the Coeur d'Alene airport today. These Marine Corps pilots made a stop in Coeur d'Alene to check out their squadron's heritage. New at 6 here tonight, Bronte Sorotsky is in studio with the impact this visit had on the community and to these pilots.
Well, Jordan, although their stop was pretty quick, these pilots made a huge impact on everyone in attendance, especially for one person ready to start the Naval Academy in just a few days.
I drove in right as they were flying over, and I was like, that's the F-35s.
Excitement filled the Coeur d'Alene airport's tarmac as Marine Corps pilots made a quick stop to see their own squadron's heritage.
Our original CO was Pappy Boyington in World War II. And so, obviously, hometown of Pappy Boyington. So, the Marine Corps League invited us up so we can see our squadron's heritage.
People in the crowd were clearly excited to meet these pilots face to face. That excitement was even greater for Dallin Parrott, who in just 12 days will start at the Naval Academy.
So I got to watch that whole thing, and I've been able to meet 3 of the flight officers.
Meeting the officers that he could work alongside one day. Dallin says meeting them made his dreams and future even more real.
Because you hold them like so high, it almost seems like unreal, and then you meet them and you remember that they're actually people too. And so it makes it seem like more realistic.
For Soker, he's just giving back to the next generation of pilots, something that was done for him when he was starting out.
When I was their age, there was a lot of people in the military that took time to make me feel special and show me the opportunities that we had to serve our country, you know.
Well, now this squadron is on its way back to Yuma, Arizona, where it's based. Live in studio, Bronte Sorotsky, 4 News Now.
A great story, Bronte. Thanks so much for that. Prosecutors in the University of Idaho murder case say the judge should deny the defense's request to put the trial on pause. Brian Koberger's lawyers filed the motion earlier this week. The two are at odds over the release of materials related to the grand jury indictment. The defense wants to pause the proceedings, then determine if there's a valid reason to do so when it obtains the grand jury information. The next hearing in the case is scheduled for June 27th. Well, for months now, people have been showing up at libraries across North Idaho. They're upset over books in the children's section, and it's forced them to change the way that they're structured, including their board of trustees. For the past few months, some libraries in North Idaho have been dealing with protesters, calling them groomers and pedophiles for the books in the children's section. that backlash, library staff are now changing how they classify these books. These protests and public comments have resulted in new library cards for minors. Starting July 1st, here in just a couple of weeks, parents can get specific cards for their kids for either the children's section, teen collection, or the open access to the entire library.
We have had several public board meetings where the community came and gave their feedback and wanted an option to have 2 different cards.
Since 2021, the Community Library Network has received 13 requests to reconsider books in the children's section. A new library opens its doors in Spokane Valley, a bright, inviting space with updated modern technology. There are 4 conference rooms and 1 large community room that you can reserve online. A third of the library is a children's reading and play area with lots of natural light. The $15 million project has been under construction since April of 2022, and it's finally ready to open.
We want to say thank you to everybody for their patience during the closures and the moves, but we're back, and we're back tomorrow, and we hope to see you here at the library this summer.
The new Spokane Valley Library is located on North Harold Road near Spokane Valley's City Hall. An exciting development for those guys. A lingerie company is being forced to return nearly $700,000 to customers in Washington for violating the state's Consumer Protection Act. According to the Attorney General's office, from 2012 to 2017, the Adore Me company had pre-checked boxes on online orders, and that box would enroll customers in a VIP membership that charged people almost $40 a month. The lawsuit says many people did not know they were placed into a monthly membership program and that funds were collected for several months. The lawsuit also states that Adore Me allegedly made it difficult to receive any money back. Well, we are just 1 week away from the world's largest 3-on-3 basketball tournament. Hoopfest is almost here. With more than 4,200 teams now locked in and ready to hit the blacktop, the event brings millions of dollars to Spokane each year, as thousands flood downtown to be a part of this basketball spectacle. 45 blocks of Spokane's downtown will be transformed into 350 courts. And to make that happen, volunteers with Hoopfest have been working 7 days a week since June began to get things organized. Right now, they're finalizing brackets for the 4,200 teams coming to town. It takes over 3,000 volunteers to make this event run smoothly. Hoopfest is also an enormous boost to the local economy.
Yeah, you know, our economic impact is somewhere around the 45 million, 47 million that we bring into the community. And being from here, it's really important that we treat this community as well as we can, because it doesn't happen without the people of Spokane.
Riley Stockton says they're still looking for more volunteers, and they're looking for more court monitors as well. It's not too late to sign up. We have a link posted on KXLY.com, as well as a Hoopfest guide to get you ready for the big weekend ahead. Well, still to come here on 4 News Now at 6. Have a teen looking for a summer job? We'll tell you which employers are paying the most.
And how chilly is it going to be with these cooler temperatures? Well, chilly enough that they're talking about, well, snow up at the Cascades. Might see some in the morning on Stevens Pass. I know, it's been a while since we talked about that. Nothing like that down in the lowlands, but certainly going to feel a lot different on Father's Day. And I'll help you plan it out for that and the rest of the long holiday weekend coming up.
Track live radar on the 4 News Now weather app.
Beat the heat. Always water before 10 a.m. or after 6 p.m.
On average, you can play longer on every dollar at Northern Quest, so chances are your dinner plans don't stand a chance. Luckily, you can make new ones right here at Maslow Steakhouse. Northern Quest, yes, the best.
Dear exit strategy, all your pieces are in place. A tranquil lake, a serene sky, an emerald forest, a secret hideout. Thanks for being there just when I need you most. Always Toyota SUVs.
Every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care, our no-cost maintenance plan with roadside assistance. Visit your local Toyota dealer to learn more. Reserve yours at Toyota.com. Toyota. Let's go places.
This is ready to go online. Any questions?
Yeah, I got one. How about the best network imaginable? Let's invent that.
That's what we do here.
Quick survey. Who wants their internet to work pretty much everywhere?
Because we're busy women.
We don't have time for lag or buffering.
Get internet on the Xfinity 10G network for $19.99 a month for 12 months with a 1-year contract.
And it needs to run smooth, like super smooth.
Hey, should you be drinking that?
It's decaf.
The next generation 10G network only from Xfinity. The future starts now.
Entresto is the #1 heart failure brand prescribed by cardiologists. It was proven superior at helping people stay alive and out of the hospital. Don't take Entresto if pregnant. It can cause harm or death to an unborn baby. And don't take Entresto with an ACE inhibitor or aliskiren, or if you've had angioedema with an ACE or ARB. The most serious side effects are angioedema, low blood pressure, kidney problems, or high blood potassium. Ask your doctor about Entresto.
The Chevy RS family of SUVs has it all. Whether you want the 10.2-inch diagonal color touchscreen on Blazer or extra peace of mind with Chevy Safety Assist, standard on the 2023 Chevy family of SUVs. So take your pick. The choice is yours. Spring into adventure and get 1.9% financing on all 2023 Equinox models, or get $1,250 cash allowance. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
If you have a fear of missing out, you might want to start earning with a free Camas Rewards card because, dude, Camas Rewards at Northern Quest for all the ways you play.
4 News Now is brought to you by R&R RV.
Well, if your teenager is looking to make some extra cash this summer and rack up some important work experience, the first course of action is knowing who's hiring and where. Whit Johnson explains the employers willing to pay the most.
It's that time of year for teens to get to work.
No running on my watch.
And the summer jobs market is hot.
Demand is high everywhere.
Corey Hutchinson runs a water and amusement park in Maine and relies on teens all summer long.
Team workers are a huge part of our team. They've always been very critical to our operation.
Demand in the U.S. especially high for lifeguards amid a shortage forcing thousands of pools to close or reduce hours. Even as the overall economy slows, teen hires are expected to spike, from camp workers and instructors in sports and the arts to retail and restaurant jobs. And businesses are expected to pay teen workers even more than they did last year, an average of nearly $15 an hour, a 9% increase. Construction offering one of the highest wages at nearly $18 an hour. 18-year-old Jack Johnson has worked for Hutchinson for 3 years and says he's pleased with the bump.
It's definitely a nice welcome surprise. I was very happy to see that. It definitely makes me want to work even more.
Western states will see some of the highest paychecks due to higher minimum wages, where on average teens can earn over $1,000 per month. And according to CoolJobs.com, Los Angeles, Tucson, Arizona, and Las Vegas are among the top 10 cities with the best paying summer jobs.
If you're a teenage job seeker out there right now, there's many opportunities and you should take advantage of them and quickly, because they're going to fade just like summer will.
Speaking of summer, it's only a few days away officially. Certainly not going to feel like summer here for the next couple of days. That's probably a good thing when we consider our temperatures overnight. It's a great night to open the windows, and you can probably just keep them open for the next few days and let some cool, comfortable air move in and out of your home, because boy, with all the warm weather, especially from last month, it's been a little tough to keep things from feeling stuffy inside. Lots of 40s on the map here for tonight. Kellogg, Pullman, Ritzville, Sandpoint, Colville. In the metro, however, we're going to probably wait another day to see some widespread 40s, just with that kind of heat of all the concrete around the valley. 50 for Coeur d'Alene, 51 in downtown Spokane, 50 in Post Falls and Liberty Lake, and out the Spokane Airport. But you don't have to go very far out into the countryside to get some of those cooler temperatures. Spirit Lake will be down to 46 tonight, along with Deer Park in the mid-40s. Cheney and at Fairchild will be in the mid-40s as well. So get used to that. It's going to be a few more days we're going to see these temperatures like that in in the morning where, might need the sweatpants and a long sleeve shirt, at least for the first couple hours of the day. Our afternoon temperatures, very similar story here. We had a few smattering of 70s, places like Omak, Grand Coulee, the LC Valley, but most of us are well into the 60s, and in many cases in North Idaho, we're talking about low 60s, so struggling to get up to that 60-degree range, and we'll be in the 50s then for the vast majority of the day. By midday around Spokane and Coeur d'Alene, we'll be at 60 degrees, mid-60s in the afternoon. So as you plan things out with Dad, maybe a little earlier in the day is best because our clouds are going to start to build again later in the day, and we will have a chance for at least a couple of little showers. It's going to be more of an inconvenience than anything. Late tonight, we'll have a chance for a couple sprinkles around north central Idaho, the Camas Prairie, all the way to the LC Valley and around the Blue Mountains, but not expecting a whole lot there. Then as we get into the afternoon on Sunday, here you can see those little showers popping up right along the Canada border and in the Columbia Basin. Some of those could track into the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene Metro between there and when things begin to fade at about 8 or 9 o'clock. There's a big weather system moving in, and so our rain chances are going to continue to go up day by day as it's basically going to park itself over us and continue to drop temperatures. Only mid-60s again for Monday, just a little bit cooler than Sunday, and then Tuesday's the big day. Rainy weather, especially early in the day, with a high of around 61. We'll start to warm back up again and dry out again as well, just in time to go shoot some hoops next weekend.
All right, Matt, thanks so much for that. Father's Day weekend and Juneteenth is causing stress at airports across the U.S., and severe storms are just making it worse. Airlines around the country are reporting hundreds of cancellations and thousands of delays as some airports issue ground delays because of intense thunderstorms. The tracking site's flight software lists more than 6,000 flight delays across the U.S. as of Friday night and more than 500 cancellations. This as airports appear to be getting busier. Data shows from the TSA that there was an uptick in passengers being screened at security checkpoints this week. Nearly 3 million passengers were screened on Thursday alone, exceeding the pre-pandemic passenger volume set back in 2019. Juneteenth is recognized every year on June 19th as a federal holiday commemorating the emancipation of slavery. This year, there are plenty of events here in the Spokane area to help you celebrate. Like Juneteenth Spokane 2023, the Spokane Community Against Racism is hosting the community event on Monday with a barbecue. There will be music, games, and much more. That's happening at Underhill Park from 3 to 9 p.m. For more info on that and Juneteenth events this weekend, check out this story on KXLY.com. Still ahead here in sports, the Seattle Mariners were looking for their second straight series win as they faced off against the Chicago White Sox earlier this afternoon. Coming up, see if the M's could get it done or if their party would be spoiled by the White Sox. Alex Crescenti has the highlights coming up in just a bit.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
At Fred Meyer, we want our fresh produce to meet your expectations, which is why we do up to a 27-point inspection to check for things like color and scarring. Because when it comes to fresh, higher standards mean fresher produce. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
I was scared the night you overdosed, but I was prepared. I brought naloxone with me. I learned when to use it. I learned how to use it. And I know you trusted me to use it. I held your hand tight when you woke up because I wanted you to feel safe. Your life is worth saving, friend, and I would save it again if I had to.
Coeur d'Alene Casino presents the Core Stars Entertainment Series. Join us as we celebrate our 30-year anniversary with an amazing lineup of the hottest entertainment. See comedian Jeff Foxworthy on Thursday, July 27th. Don't miss an evening with Night Ranger on Thursday, August 24th. Plus, join us for King of the Cage on Thursday, September 14th. For tickets, visit the casino box office or cdacasino.com. Coeur d'Alene Casino, welcome home.
47-52.
Hey up there, points! Points!
Everyone knows miles are better than points.
Oh, you fancy miles. That's all you ever talk about.
Stop! I'm telling Dad you used credit.
Bah!
Pish posh, use me.
What he needs is points.
Think about the repercussions.
It's 10% off if you sign up for a store card.
No.
Oh boy.
It's okay to use credit sometimes. Let's talk about it.
Find a healthier approach to money at Giza.
Here, freshly made grizzly bear tracks. Survival, it's not guaranteed. Good thing I got my Ford Bronco Sport, because it goes over any terrain. I hear there's a good diner on the other side of the mountain. I'm out of here.
Wherever you go, a Ford Bronco Sport is the key to survival. Get 2.9% APR plus $1,000 bonus cash on a 2023 Bronco Sport, only at your local Ford dealer.
When you download the Fred Meyer app, you have easy access to savings every day and get personalized coupons sent straight to your phone. Save big today when you download the Fred Meyer app. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
After starting this season as the Mariners' best pitcher, the last few outings for Logan Gilbert were giving some fans reason for concern with an ERA over 4 and only 1 win. But today presented an opportunity to get back on track as Seattle hosted the White Sox. Well, Gilbert would get some early run support as J.P. Crawford with an absolute moonshot in the first inning, just his 4th home run on the season, but exactly what Seattle needed to get going. Still in the first, runners on the corners for Eugenio Suarez, but the White Sox catcher can't control the pitch. That allowed Ty France to come home safely, and it's 2-0 Mariners just like that. Back come the White Sox in the second. Elroy Jimenez takes Gilbert deep, and that'll land out somewhere in the beer garden to make it a 1-run game. Logan would go 5 1/3 innings, giving up 2 runs on 6 hits. We'd be tied halfway through the ball game until Teoscar Hernandez gets this ground ball out into the outfield. That allows Julio Rodriguez to trot home from second base, and the M's with the lead once again. But it's Chicago that comes back again. They force extras in the 10th. Eugenio Suarez with runners on second and third, a chance to walk it off, but instead grounds out to end the inning. So we play on. In the 11th, it's going to be the rookie, Zach Remillard, with runners on the corners. He finds the gap to right center. That breaks the stalemate. Chicago takes the lead and eventually goes on and hangs on for the victory to even up this series at a game apiece.
So we rely so heavily on our bullpen. You know, when you do that day in, day out, you know, you can't fault the effort or execution, anything like that. You know, they had a young rookie making his Major League debut. He tied the game in the 9th and won the game in the 11th. Remillard had quite a game. So get after it tomorrow, and obviously a chance to win the series. This one hurts a little bit that we let it slip away.
We are still months away from the college basketball season starting, but already we're getting a glimpse into the Gonzaga men's basketball schedule. And if last year was tough, 2023 could be equally as challenging. According to multiple reports this week, the Zags are nearing an agreement to play USC on December 2nd in Las Vegas. Now, the Trojans are, of course, headlined by Bronny James, the son of Los Angeles Laker LeBron James. The venue still hasn't been determined, but according to Stadium.com's Jeff Goodman, there could be a chance it's going to be at Mandalay Bay Hotel or the MGM Grand Garden Arena. Along with James, USC features Washington State transfer DJ Rodman, who spent the last 4 seasons in Pullman, and it could be a potential top 20 matchup as Gonzaga is ranked number 7 in ESPN's early top 25 ranking. USC is number 19. And the Bulldogs non-conference schedule is already featuring some heavy matchups against Kentucky down in Lexington and a neutral site game against the defending champs UConn. Gonzaga will also participate in the Maui Invitational, which includes the likes of Kansas, Purdue, UCLA, Syracuse, and Tennessee. Now, and staying with Gonzaga, earlier this week, the university paid its respects to basketball legend Jerry Krause. Krause spent most of his professional career here in the Inland Northwest and died of colon cancer last month. He was 87 years old. Now, Gonzaga head coach Mark Few and former assistant and current Arizona head coach Tommy Lloyd were in attendance. Former players such as Adam Morrison and John Stockton also showed their support for Krause. Krause spent 20 years at Gonzaga, most recently as the director of basketball operations. He was also the head coach at Eastern Washington for 17 years. A life full of stories from one of basketball's greats.
Coach was my grandpa. The closest thing I've ever had to a grandpa in my life. He probably wouldn't like hearing me say that because it would make him feel old. But it's true. They say you don't get to pick your family, but I'm picking Coach Krause as my grandpa.
I would have never been prepared to teach the team and coach the team and lead the players and the staff if it wasn't for the things that Coach Krause has taught me.
Krause was inducted into the Naismith Collegiate Basketball Hall of Fame last year. 4 News Now, we'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU Business. Partner up.
Family is just very important.
She's my sister, and we depend on each other a lot.
She's the rock of the family. She's the person who holds everything together.
It's a battle, I'm gonna be there.
Keytruda and chemotherapy been treated in my cancer with 2 different types of medicine.
In a clinical trial, Keytruda and chemotherapy was proven to help people live longer than chemotherapy alone. Keytruda is used to treat more patients with advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies as your first treatment. If you have advanced non-squamous, non-small cell lung cancer and you do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems. If you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant, receive chest radiation, or have a nervous system problem.
It feels good to be here for them.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda.
This may look like an action-adventure movie, but it's a Nissan sales event ad. Things are heating up. Good thing this Rogue has the most standard safety features in its class. Our competitors can't say that.
Get 0% financing for 36 months on select Rogue trims.
Hurry. These epic offers won't last forever.
The award-winning Spokane Valley Summer Theater presents its 2023 sizzling summer season, the original high school musical Grease, June 16 through July 2nd. The regional premiere of Steve Martin's musical Bright Star, an American folktale inspired by a true story, July 14 through 23rd. And the regional premiere of Jimmy Buffett's Escape to Margaritaville, August 4 through 20th. Single and season tickets available now at sbsummertheater.com or call 509-368-7897.
Well, check this out. Archaeologists have found a 3,000-year-old sword at a burial site in southern Bavaria, or southern Germany. The well-preserved sword was discovered last week in the state of Bavaria. Researchers believe it was left in a grave at a burial site. They say a sword like this is a rare find. It's thought to date back to the end of the 14th century BCE, the middle of the Bronze Age. I did not even realize there was a Bronze Age. I think there was a Silver and a Gold Age. So that would add up. No. That would probably add up. Now,
Is
Matt,
there an Iron Age?
No, yes. Matt, you are the age expert here as the eldest one here. You're the eldest among us.
I am the eldest here, but I'm not as old as that sword.
Well, that is pretty neat, though. Yeah, nice little collection to the museum. Matt, you big museum guy?
It depends what it is.
That could be like one of the sword. That cursed swords.
Oh,
it's like a movie.
No.
Tom Cruise follows you around.
Don't put that out in the universe.
Download the 4 News Now app today. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.